What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Top Rope Renegades. This is our NXT Heatwave and Money in the Bank predictions coming up this weekend in Toronto, Canada. I'm Kurt. That's RK. First things first, RK, how are we doing?
Great. How are you?
Doing great. What's up with the towel going on?
Yeah, see, he was asking me before we started this. I'm just let's ask me on the pod because I wanted him to wait and get the answer. It's fucking hot here, man. This thing is just keep me fucking
Oh, is
cool.
that one of the cooling ones?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had one of
It's like
those.
it's like 40 fucking degrees here right now. It's hot. It's hot.
It's hot.
But you know what? Makes sense because we're in Canada for heat wave and Money in the Bank this weekend, and my god, there is a heat wave going on.
The timing is impeccable, isn't it? We're gonna dig into this card. We're gonna give our predictions. We don't ever have a punishment figured out for who loses or wins the predictions. I feel like we should add some skin in the game, but I can't think of anything, so it's kind of pointless unless you got something off the top of your head.
No, because you just sprung that on me. But actually, we'll create something. We'll do something.
I was gonna suggest because I showed this to you the other night before the loser before the next this week in wrestling podcast. If you can get your hands on some, got to take a big whiff of some smelling salts while we're recording. Put it up to the nose and get into it. That seems a little extra, but that's the only thing that came to mind right now because I was just sitting right here because I just showed it to you yesterday. Yeah, we'll come up with something. But yeah, let's get into the card. Money in the Bank. We'll kick things off with that one. It will be taking place on Saturday in Toronto, Canada. Is that the Scotiabank Arena? Correct.
That is
All
correct. Where
all the
the bomb Maple Leafs play.
all the events are actually at the Scotiabank, aren't they? Or is
Yeah.
Heatwave somewhere else?
No, he waves at Scotiabank too.
Sweet. We'll save. Shall we save the Money in the Bank matches for the end,
Do it
or
however you want, man.
you want to do them first?
Just
Um,
shoot however you
Yeah,
want to go.
let's do those first. Let's get those out the way first. We'll start with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. The participants are Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Zoe Stark. RK, who do you have and why?
I have Chelsea Green in this match simply just because I don't necessarily think that she's going to win anything with it. She'll probably lose her cash in, but while she holds that, I mean, fuck, they could just drag it out until next year. Just she would just have a lot of fun with that.
Have her.
She bedazzles the shit out of it or
Yeah.
something. I mean, I just think
Uh,
she'll just have the most fun with it, and I think there's a lot of story that can be told with it if she has it. Um,
have her hold it for the full year,
yeah,
leading right up
exactly.
before the next
She
Money in the Bank.
forgets she forgets that she actually has to cash it in. Oh
We,
shit! It expired.
I
Oh,
didn't
I'm
know it
kidding.
expired. I thought I could.
Nick,
um,
you didn't tell me it expired.
Yeah, blame Nick Aldis. That's exactly what she would do. Or she would just go through and she would attempt to cash in, and she'd get foiled by somebody, and she wouldn't be able to cash it in. And then she'd go complain about, you need to get rid of these people that keep stopping me from cashing. It'd be great stuff from Chelsea Green. Me, on the other hand, I'm gonna go with. It came down to Chelsea Green in my pick. It came down to Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton for me. I'm gonna go with Tiffany Stratton. I think that those two are the main ones in my eyes that can win it. The others, I think it's gonna be a good match. Um, I'm gonna go with Tiffany Stratton. My backup would be Chelsea, but I am gonna pick a dark horse in this one to win it because I did do this for the NXT Women's North American Championship. I'm gonna go with Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria could sneak in and win this thing too. Got to watch out for her. But other than that, I'm gonna solidify and I'm gonna go with Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, don't be dark horse and shit,
No, I
hedging
like
your
to.
bets.
I'm not hedging my bets. My pick is Tiffany Stratton. But if
Um,
Lyra wins, I will be like, I get it, But Tiffany, it's either Tiffany or Chelsea in my eyes, truly. But I'm gonna go Tiffany. You're going Chelsea Green, and I'm going Tiffany. The same reason you're going with Chelsea Green because Tiffany's so damn good on the mic. It'll be fun watching her. She'll probably bedazzle it up too, just like Chelsea would. So either you know if she wins it, that briefcase is gonna be pink. It's gonna be pink
Oh,
as hell, and it's gonna have diamonds all over it. All right, so Chelsea Green for RK. I'm going with Tiffany Stratton. Up next is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. The competitors are Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Drew McIntyre, Andrade, Chad Gable, and L.A. Knight. Yeah, RK. This is a tough one to pick in my eyes. Some people on the internet are saying it's very easy. It's very easy. I don't think it's that easy. But who do you got?
I got Jey Uso in this one. LA Knight, Logan Paul is going to get involved somehow. I'm trying to think of Drew McIntyre. There we go. I still feel CM Punk's
Is the crazy thing,
something's
right?
gonna happen. I don't think Drew's gonna win it. I mean, if Drew wins it, he says he's going straight after the title. I mean, that is one angle. You know, Drew wins it, he goes after title. CM Punk manages to screw him out of the title.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I just think LA Knight and Drew McIntyre are taken out of it because CM Punk and Logan Paul. I think they're gonna have some shenanigans.
What if
Um,
here's my thinking with your shenanigans of this match. There's three people that can have shenanigans going on. That is LA Knight with Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre with CM Punk, and Chad Gable in the Wyatt Six.
I mean, I heard a
So
rumor that the Wyatt Six are in Toronto, so um,
would that be overkill though in this kind of match with three run-ins?
not necessarily. Not with the angles that they can present moving forward.
Right.
Um, the logical choice here, though, I mean, I gotta say, you gotta give it to Jay. I think Jay's got to hold the world title at some point. I think.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh man. I just
maybe
I just
maybe he cashes in on Cody,
I just thought of that
may,
in my head.
and then Roman comes back and he's like, "Hey, why do you have my title?"
No, I was
Shit
gonna
like that.
say it even differently. If Jay wins it and then Roman does come back and gets the OG bloodline together, and Jay's got that briefcase, and Roman's in his ear like, "Do it for the family, cash in on Cody." That'd be crazy, just because of the
I
story that
mean,
Cody and Jay have been on.
nonetheless, I think in the end, regardless of the story, I think Jay deserves to hold the world title, and
Yes,
I think this is the way you get it on him.
I am also gonna go with Jay Uso. I agree with you. I think he seems like the people are saying it's difficult, and it kind of is. If I had to choose between Jay, it's Jay and Drew. I think because of if Drew does win it, he's cashing in that night. Um,
Which I mean doesn't always happen. How many times have somebody cashed in on the night they won?
I know Liv Morgan did it the night she won Money in the Bank. She cashed in immediately on Ronda Rousey and beat her. I'm trying to think if anybody else did. I know they tried to with not Andrade, Alberto Del Rio when CM Punk won in 2011 with the kiss of goodbye when he took the title. They tried to get him to cash in. Don't know if there was any other ones. I can't think off the top of my head. Liv comes to mind first because that was I think the most recent cash in the same night. As long as they don't cash in on the United States Championship like Austin Theory did. So
Yeah, what was that about? Like seriously.
weird booking. Um, so yeah, clean sweep here. Jey Uso all around. Look out for Drew McIntyre though to potentially come out with it. If there is only, I'm gonna ask you this: if one run in for this match, you can't have all three. Which one would you rather see? The Wyatt
Wyatt
Six?
Six.
Yeah, I think it's the correct answer, isn't it? I wasn't even gonna go through the list. Yeah, that'd
If
be
if
crazy
only one run in happens, I want it to be
to
the
be the
Wyatt Six.
Wyatts.
I want Gable. I this whole angle, everything, even on SmackDown tonight when fucking who came out in Drew just fucking roasted everybody.
Yes,
And he
I
gets a
just
Gable and he's just like, I feel bad for you, man.
and then to Jay,
How'd you even get in the
how'd you get
country?
here? um,
Yeah, no,
so
Drew's
speaking
on
of
fire, but I would want the Wyatt Six to be showing up if anything.
agreed. So speaking of being able to get in the country, we'll do this match next. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton are tag teaming together to take on the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and or Tongaloa or Jacob Fatu. There's questions all around who it's going to be. Originally, everyone felt it was Tonga Loa because of Jacob Fatu's criminal history of him maybe not even be able to leave the United States. But the graphic that was shown all SmackDown showed Jacob Fatu in the
No,
forefront.
don't linger on that graphic. I heard they hired the guy from AEW who used to do their graphics.
You're,
I mean,
this is WWE and they're hitting on all cylinders. I don't think they would do that if Jacob wasn't there. We'll see. There was an article that I mentioned right before we went on air from February where Fatu said, this was before I think he signed with WWE, where he said that there were things in work to be able to get him to travel outside of the States to wrestle. So if you had to choose one, would you prefer Jacob Fatu over Tonga? I assume.
no, not for a match like this.
Why is that?
I want Jacob to be a solo.
You're we're not getting we're not getting that right now.
No, not against solo. I said as a
I
solo.
know we're not getting that right now. It's not.
No, see, that's what I want. I want him. I don't want him a part of the group meetings. I want him just
Well,
going through and just demolishing everybody.
um, who do you got in this one then? If you're going in with the mindset of Tonga Loa instead of Jacob Fatu or whatever's in your head, who do you got winning this
Doesn't
tag
even
match?
matter who's in the match. The story requires the Bloodline to win this match.
Agreed. Agreed. I think the Bloodline does win as well. I think Solo Sikoa pins Cody Rhodes. I think that's where it goes. If you really want to go crazy and really keep the crowd hot for Jacob Fatu, and he's in this match, maybe he pins Cody. But I think Solo has to pin Cody here. And I could now see where Solo pins Cody, and that is the SummerSlam match. Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes for the title. And that is where
After what we got at the end of SmackDown tonight, yeah, probably.
and that will be the return of Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I think that all signs point towards that. Roman Reigns with hopefully Paul Heyman right by his side. We'll see though. Hope
But
he's
here's the
all right.
thought. I mean, we've been going. Roman Reigns comes back, creates the Bloodline, his Bloodline versus Solo's Bloodline. Roman's not done with Cody. I don't think Roman's done with Cody, man. Does he
No,
come back and not focus attention on Cody as well?
I think I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast or just after what happened with Paul Heyman. No, Roman's not done with Cody Rhodes. He's gonna want his title back. And this is WWE where Roman's gonna want his title back. This isn't AEW where we just wrestle jobbers and forget the fact that we just had the title 2 months ago. MJF and Roosh. And I feel like Roman is going to come back.
I'm glad to see you coming around on the AEW hate.
I feel like
It makes me
Roman.
happy. It makes me happy in my
Who
soul
am
that you're
I?
coming around on the
Who am I
AEW
becoming?
hate.
Who am I
What was their
becoming?
numbers? What was their numbers this week? 688,000.
Yeah, some like 8,000 more than last week. So, they're trending up.
Dude, they're still under 700,000.
I know. So I think Roman comes back with the thought that yes, Cody, I want my title back, but what they did to Paul Heyman, the man that for 4 years Roman Reigns had at his side and trusted everything that Roman had, he entrusted with Paul Heyman. He's gonna get revenge and vengeance for Paul. And once he gets rid of the fake ass bloodline and Roman restores himself to the head of the table, then he can put his attention towards Cody. Now, when he goes to get back his head of the table, he is the head of the table still in my eyes, but when he goes to officially put to rest the Solo thing, and he goes to turn his attention to Cody, there's this outlier that we talked about after watching the documentary. The Rock's still around somewhere, and the Rock's gonna have something to say. And a part of me feels like the Rock is pulling the strings with Solo, but I don't know now. I really don't. Um, but yeah, we kind of dwelling on that a little bit too much, but it's this is the good part of WWE is because we don't really know what's going to happen. We don't. There's so many ways that they can go, and all of them are okay. They're all good options, and I'd be fine with any of them. You have a look on your face of what? Don't give us dead air, RK. What do you got?
I don't know. I'm just trying to ponder everything.
It's
The
interesting
Rock.
times.
I don't think The Rock cares about the bloodline anymore. I think The Rock cares about Cody more than anything.
It's true.
Um,
That's
I
true.
don't think The Rock's going to be involved in this bloodline story in the end here. I think it's going to be Solo's got his boys. Roman's going to get the Usos back together. Bring in one more. Zilla Fatu, maybe.
I'm okay with that.
Um, I don't
Survivor.
think The Rock gets involved in this. I think The Rock has his sights set on Cody when he comes back, and that's all he cares about is beating Cody.
Yeah. But there's still that part where he's still in that documentary. It's the Roman Rock feud that's been years and years and years in the making. It's very
Yeah, but
interesting.
it doesn't work as well anymore because Roman's going to come back as a babyface.
And the Rock's still mega heel.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't carry the same weight as if Roman was the heel and Rock was the babyface.
I don't know, man. The Rock, the final boss. It's an interesting dynamic. But we got to
No,
keep
but I
it.
mean, we were all hoping for The Rock to come back, beat down Roman, put an end to his reign, all that shit, you
I
know.
wasn't.
But now,
I wasn't. I'm sorry, but
okay,
if we didn't have Cody versus Roman and it was Rock Roman, Rock wouldn't win in that match.
I think he would have been.
Not a chance he wins at WrestleMania over Roman. I don't see it at all in my eyes.
I
It,
mean, it's
it,
written into his contract. It doesn't work for him, brother.
both of us are going with the Bloodline to win over Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. Up next, we'll go to the Intercontinental Championship match. Sami Zayn, champion,
Hold
defending.
up, back this up. You think that right now, if it was, let's just say, The Rock comes back tomorrow, the bigger match right now, how everything has gone down since WrestleMania and what happened at WrestleMania, you think the bigger match is Roman versus Rock over Cody versus Rock right now?
I didn't say that. That's not what I said. I just said that that's still there. You're still in the mindset, as you said, that The Rock is going to have nothing to do with the Bloodline story, and I was pitching that he would, which therefore would lead to The Rock versus Roman. Cody can have a match with somebody else at WrestleMania,
I think the bigger match
but
right now would be Cody
if
versus Rock.
if you are asking me straight up right now, what is the bigger match? It's Cody versus The Rock. I agree with you, but I was just looking at it from the perspective of The Rock's got his hands in the Bloodline. You don't think he does, and honestly, now that I sit here and continue to think about it, you're probably right, and
I
it's
think
its
The
own
Rock
thing.
100% is focused on coming back and he's going to go straight after Cody.
But that's the WrestleMania match then, right? Cody versus Rock.
Yeah, and there's going to be a huge build up to it again, probably right around the same time. Royal Rumble, January through March, where you're going to get The Rock building up towards Cody at WrestleMania.
Then what the hell do you do with Roman Reigns?
Fucking, I don't know.
Triple
Do
threat?
you really care?
Could they make it a triple threat somehow?
Maybe.
That could maybe
I
work.
don't know. I don't know.
We're
They
fantasy.
pigeonholed themselves. Unless they got some
Oh my
kind of
goodness.
crazy early story going on for like a Survivor Series thing and then pivot. But I don't know. Right
I
now, the
mean,
bigger match is Cody versus Rock.
there
After
is
everything that went down,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cody versus Rock's the bigger match.
There is that small bit where I mean it doesn't really matter that much, but The Rock debuted at Survivor Series. It's just a small little
Well, I mean,
detail.
Rocky Maivia did
Yeah, well, that was Dwayne
with
Johnson.
the fucking
The
tassels
tassels.
and
And JR putting him over. It's a blue chipper right there, guy. It's a blue chipper.
that's the son of High Chief Peter Maivia.
That is not the son of High Chief Peter Maivia, my friend. That is the son of Rocky Soulman Johnson.
Who cares?
That is his papa.
Jr.
That's great. JR may have, well, right now, JR probably would have said that. But like we said, he gets a pass. JR gets a pass. Anyway, so we are, as I said, both going with the Bloodline to win that one. Up next will be the Intercontinental Championship match. Sami Zayn defending against Braun Breaker. RK, what do you think?
Braun Breaker.
I think that's
Do you want to know why?
I know why. You got to pull the trigger on him. He is on fire right now, and you beat Sami Zayn in Canada. There you go.
That's heat.
That's heat, brother. Yeah. Braun Breaker. I wonder if it'll. Do you think it'll be a good match? I think, but should it be? Should it be Sammy struggling the whole time and Braun kind of not squashing him, but dominating?
No,
Just a
you,
good
you
old
you
match.
book it like the Kenny versus Will at Forbidden Door last year, at the actual good Forbidden Door. Um, And you book it like that, where Kenny Omega looked strong throughout the whole thing, but lost.
True.
You don't bury Sami Zayn, but you don't give him the
No,
win here either.
no, I agree. All right, well, both of us going with Braun Breaker, and that leads us to what I assume should be the main event of Money in the Bank, and that is Seth Rollins taking on Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. RK, what is it? What you got? This is an interesting one. I see your
If
wheels spinning.
Drew wins Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins beats Priest. Drew cashes in on Seth.
Okay,
If Drew gets screwed out of the Money in the Bank or just straight up loses, Damian, no, it's still Seth.
you think so?
What's the bigger match at SummerSlam?
I
I
agree.
mean,
It's Seth versus Gunther.
Seth or Drew versus Gunther. Damian versus Gunther. I don't think that's a biggest draw, especially for SummerSlam. I think you need either Drew or Seth holding the title in SummerSlam to go up against Gunther. So I'm taking Seth all the way in this match, regardless.
I'm really thinking hard
This
about this
this is
one.
where okay.
Uh Man, I think I'm gonna go with I don't know, man. Um,
Hell, maybe it's not even anything, and Finn interferes and costs Damian his title.
that's what I was about to say. Is Seth wins, and because of Finn, that gives Seth the upper hand. Distraction, basically. Not on, or maybe it is on purpose. Maybe Finn knew what he was doing, but yeah, I'm gonna go Seth
Oh
Rollins
no,
too.
Finn definitely knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
This has been planned for 2.5 years with Liv Morgan and
uh,
AJ Styles, really.
I'll go Seth Rollins with you too. I think that
But you purely got to look ahead at SummerSlam. What's the bigger match at SummerSlam? Your second biggest pay per view.
Seth versus Gunther will be a damn good match. And that's
Yeah,
not saying
or Drew versus Gunther is
and
also a
and
damn good
that's not
match.
saying Damian and Gunther wouldn't put on a good match, but the draw of Seth versus Gunther is bigger than Damian. I get
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I'll go Seth as
And
well.
also, you're dealing with all the Judgment Day crap. That story's got to progress, and I think
Right.
if Finn gets involved, it helps it progress
Yeah.
damn fast.
Well, and remember, if Damian loses, he is out of the bloodline. He has to leave the bloodline or the bloodline. He has to
The
leave the Judgment
Bloodline?
Day.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't know he was in the Bloodline, but
Damien
I guess
acknowledges.
he's Samoa now. Are you just saying all brown people look alike? Like,
Wow, you're doing the most right now. That's our Money in the Bank predictions. We will be watching after it already happens, most likely, or I'll be home for the tail end because of work. But uh, just another night of don't look at your phones. uh, put your phones down. It's always fun. But we will be able to watch it as it's happening, and hopefully, that is NXT Heat Wave taking place on Sunday after Money in the Bank. Oh wait, before we leave, do you think at Money in the Bank anything progresses with Dom and Liv Morgan's story?
mm,
Do you think anything happens there with Rhea Ripley, Liv, Dom? Nothing.
no, they got
No.
too much else going on. I think it would muddle it up too much.
Okay. All right. NXT Heat Wave. It was announced for the pre-show that we will have a tag team match between JC Jane and Jasmine Nix taking on the team of Canada's own Carmen Petrovich and Ariana Grace. What do you think of this one? Who you got?
You go.
Um, man, I'm gonna go with JC. No, no, I'm gonna go with Carmen Petrovich and Ariana Grace. The hometown girls. They'll get a win here.
It's a pre-show
Jasmine.
match, right?
It's a pre-show match. So yeah,
Yeah, the Canadians win.
the Canadian. I'll go with the Canadians on that one as well. Let's do the NXT Tag Team Championship. Nathan Frazier and Axiom defending against Chase University's. It's going to be Duke Hudson and Andre Chase representing Chase U. Ridge Holland is not allowed to be there. He was told not to come. We'll see if that stays. But who do you got in this one?
I got Chase U because Rich Holland is there and he's going to get them the win.
100%.
He's yeah, it's going to get them the win. Rich Holland's there. And also, right now, Nathan. I think we're gonna get a little Nathan Axiom feud, which I
Yeah.
think will be really good.
Ooh,
But
they'll put on a good match. They'll put on some good
oh yeah.
matches.
But
Uh,
yeah, Chase U takes this match mainly because Ridge Holland is going to show up.
yeah, I think Ridge Holland agreed. Ridge Holland will show up and he will help to where Chase U is going to get the win, and Duke Hudson will maybe accept him for that and be like, you know what? Yeah, thanks. You got us the tag titles. So both of us taking Chase U in that one. The NXT North American Women's Championship is on the line. Kalani Jordan defends against Sol Ruka.
This one's tough, but I think Kalani turns heel, takes the title.
Def- Keeps the title, retains.
Takes, retains, same
Whatever.
difference.
She wins. Um,
She takes the win.
this is tough for me because I want to go Soul, but I feel like it's a little. We always say this in wrestling when it comes to title matches. It feels a little too soon for Kalani to drop the title.
Talk away, put us on work.
So I am going to agree with. You know what? No, I'm gonna go Sol Ruka. I'm gonna go a little different on this one. I think Sol Ruka is gonna take it, and that'll still set up her and Kalani maybe having a couple more matches down the line. RK had to take a quick phone call for work. We will be right back. And we're back. RK had to take a quick phone call. RK may walked away. You didn't hear. I went with Sol Ruka here. And I went with Sol because if Sol wins, maybe we set up like a trilogy match between Kalani and Sol because I think they're going to put on a really good showing against each other. They're both fantastic in the ring, and I'd like to see them in a couple more matches than just this one. But I will also add on to your somebody turning heel here, and I think Kalani can still turn heel if she loses the title, and she will do anything to get it back. Up next is the NXT North American Men's Championship match. Oba Femi taking on Wes Lee. The rule is if Wesley cannot beat Oba in this one, he cannot challenge Oba while he has the North American title again. RK, what do you think? Oba Femi, Wes Lee?
I think Wesley takes this. I think the way they've been pitching about this is like the fifth match between the two. They wouldn't keep doing it if Wesley wasn't going to
I
finally
feel like
try
it's
out
actually I feel like
over
it's
it.
actually not. I think he only challenged for it once solo, and then every other time it's had somebody else involved. But now it's a singles match. I don't think they would have added the stipulation if Wesley isn't going to win. So I agree with you. I think Wesley takes this one as well. Let's do it. The NXT Women's Championship. Roxanne Perez defending against Lola Vice. RK?
Roxanne retains. Please, dear God, Roxanne retains.
I echo everything RK just said. For the love of God, Roxanne Perez, please beat Lola Vice. I do not want
If
Lola
they
Vice to
push
retain.
Lola to the championship here, Shawn Michaels is dead to me.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
And,
Both of us going.
I'm talking about my number one wrestler of all time.
Yeah, it's true.
So, Shawn, do the right thing.
There you go. Both of us going with Roxanne. For the love of God, please, Roxanne Perez, get the job done and retain your title. The main event is the NXT Championship Fatal 4-Way match. Javon Evans, Ethan Page, Sean Spears, and the NXT Champion Trick Williams. This is going to be a interesting match, and it could go any way. Trick Williams has a 25% chance, as they say, of retaining his title, and he doesn't even have to get pinned to lose it. And what do you think here in this one? Could be a good one.
Sorry, I wasn't listening to you at all. I was just thinking about that phone. Sorry, work. It's the life of being a tradesman, and especially a service tradesman. Um, what match are we on?
The NXT Men's Championship match: Javon Evans,
Oh,
Trick
the big
Williams,
one, the
Ethan
important one.
Page,
Okay,
the important one, Sean Spears. Trick Williams, 25% chance to retain. He doesn't have to get pinned to lose it. What do you think?
I want Sean Spears to win this match. I really do.
Now is that a
Purely because I like Sean
yeah.
Spears, and also because I think putting the title on a veteran here and then having, let's say, Trick win it back in a solo match, or Javon even taking it in a solo match or something, it just it's a better rub. it gives them a bit more of a push, I think. And also,
Yeah.
I just want Shawn Spears to win because I like Shawn Spears.
Have a babyface chase a heel in this case, and have a young babyface chase the veteran heel. It makes sense. I I really want to say Trick retains. I really, really do. I agree with you on the fact I would like Shawn Spears to win it as well because Shawn Spears, when his first run as Ty Dillinger, he didn't win the NXT championship at all. He was over his shit with his 10 gimmick.
Who the fuck is Ty Dillinger?
Exactly. It's yeah. Ty Dillinger, man. 10. That was Shawn Spears before he picked up a chair and became the chairman. I'm gonna say Trick retains.
I
I'm
mean,
not
it's the same. It does seem like something you'd say because you always go with the safe call.
and I'm not confident in that at all. I am not confident in Trick retaining in this one. Um, man, a part of me feels like
You need to give the babyface some adversity. You can't just have the
agreed,
babyface
agreed.
unless you're Cody Rhodes, where Cody Rhodes is just what he was. Who said he's the number one wrestler right now? What magazine said it? He's the number one wrestler.
ESPN put out their top 10 list.
Yeah, so I mean,
Cody
Cody
was one of them.
Rhodes is the guy right now. So yeah, you can but most baby faces, you need to give them some adversity. Kevin Nash said it best, and I mean, Kevin Nash, sometimes I want to punch myself in the face when I'm listening to him talk, but he does know the business somewhat, and he says the whole wrestling, you want the baby face chasing the heel, and then he triumphs, gets it, and then you take it right back off him again because you want that chase. You don't want a heel chasing a baby face. You want a baby face chasing a heel. You always want to have a heel champion. And I would agree with that 90% of the time. Yeah, you want a heel champion because you want the baby faces triumphing over evil to win the title. I mean, in the end, we're telling a soap opera here, so let's make it interesting. But a little adversity for Trick here, or even a little push for Javon. I mean, they're already pushing him to the moon as a kid, 20-year-old kid. Um, I don't think you put the title on Javon by any means, but I mean, maybe you give Trick the rematch to get his title back, and he does it 1-on-1 against Spears or whatever. But yeah, you want the babyface chasing the heel 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I'm not confident in the Trick pick, but I think he may retain here. Uh, if I'm choosing one of the heels, I agree with you, Shawn Spears, but I'm gonna go with Trick Williams on this one. Well, with that being said, that's our predictions for Money in the Bank and NXT Heatwave taking place this weekend. Jam packed weekend of pay per view wrestling for the WWE. Can't wait to get into it. And then next week, of course, we'll have a big episode of This Week in Wrestling. We'll probably go live depending on what happens at Money in the Bank, um, post Money in the Bank to get our reactions, and definitely probably do it after Heatwave too. So we'll see. I'm intrigued. I'm interested to see how things go down. And yeah, any final thoughts with the fantastic pay per view happening in Toronto, Canada?
Yeah, I wish I could have went down.
Yeah.
But work. Final thoughts. This should be a fun weekend. I think like everything's heating up right now. Money in Bank has potential for so many great storylines being pushed along.
Mhm. And the match
Everything's
type,
popping off right now.
I've always enjoyed the Money in the Bank matches. I always have.
I I will I'm gonna regret saying this, I swear to God, but I kind of agree with Meltzer on this point. Ladder matches are becoming a little too saturated in wrestling right now. We've been getting a lot of them, and it just seems to take away from the allure of them. That being said, Money in the Bank has always been a ladder match thing. It is what it is.
It's always, yeah.
And I don't know. It's just
I can honestly say I preferred when they did Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. I love that. I thought that was
yeah.
really cool. It came around. I mean, it still does come around once a year, and it has its own pay per view now. But when it was on WrestleMania, it was pretty cool. I liked watching that. That was always a cool match to watch at WrestleMania. But now it's its own pay per view. It's been its own pay per view for a while now, and yeah, sure, ladder matches are getting. I agree, they're getting saturated. It seems like every company is having some sort of fucking ladder match nowadays. But this just it's Money in the Bank. It's a big
This
deal.
has the nostalgia to it. This has always been a thing. There's a point to it. Um, it's a huge storyline thing throughout the
Mhm.
whole year, basically. So it
Mhm.
is. It's just ladder matches. There's been a lot of them lately, and I
Mhm.
mean, after AEW really kind of put on a lackluster one, you're kind of worried. But the
Yeah.
talent in WWE is
Yeah.
far beyond the talent in AEW, and the storytelling is far beyond the storytelling in AEW. So it shouldn't be too bad.
All right. Well, that's it. That is our predictions for
Oh, and
NXT.
NXT,
Yeah.
NXT is gonna be
Oh yeah.
good.
Those are our predictions and thoughts for NXT Heatwave and Money in the Bank coming up this weekend. If you are seeing this and you see us go live after each of these shows, hop on in and tell us what you thought. And with that being said, like, subscribe. I think that's what Arcade was doing right there. Hit the button, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the little bell. It'll let you know when we're going live. Leave comments, all that good stuff. Let us know who you think's going to win the Money in the Bank ladder matches. I'm Kurt. That's RK. We will talk to you guys post Money in the Bank and talk to you next week for This Week in Wrestling.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Peace.